7 billiard balls, the ESPN Zone, 2 great champions. From Greensboro, North Carolina, Earl Strickland, one of the biggest names in the history of the game, 2002 WPA World Champion and 5-time Player of the Year. He's about to face Mika Immonen, originally from Finland, the 2001 WPA World Champion, tremendously talented and one of the game's brightest international stars. It's time to rack him up in Baltimore for some sudden death 7-ball. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Zone Billiard Shootout. This is Sudden Death 7-ball. Mitch Lawrence and Alan Hopkins. Thrilled to be here, as we always are. Mika Immonen on the left, Earl Strickland on the right. This is the all-important lag for the first break. And as we take a look at this is a packed ESPN Zone for 2 of the best players in the world. Earl Strickland has won that lag, and as he prepares to break, we will take a look at our Olhausen format. This will be 2 sets, each set a race to 7 games. If they're tied, there'll be a 1-game sudden death tie break. They will alternate breaks. There's 1 safety per rack, and a new rule, ball in hand after each missed shot. And these last 2, that 1 safety per rack and ball in hand, will definitely play a part in this match. And let's take a look at our Aramith road to the finals. Francisco Bustamante already into the finals by beating Canadian Luke Salvis. Mika Immonen moved into this match with an impressive 2-set victory over Troy Frank, and Earl Strickland advanced with a hard-earned 2-set battle over Michael Coltrane. And here's Earl about to break in set number 1, rack number 1. Let's see what he does on the break, Alan.
And he has a big break. Very dangerous breaker, and look at it. Looks like he's going to get a scratch, and that's a bad break. Gets a double kiss scratch into the corner pocket, and that'll cost him dearly.
Makes the 4, and he is already wondering what happened right away.
Here it is. He draws the cue ball back. It's going toward the corner. Here comes the 3-ball to give it a little help, and that's a big break from Mika Immonen. Earl pocketed the 4-ball on the break, so Mika will have ball in hand with 6 balls on the table, and a nice opportunity here to win the first game.
Both of these players very used to big-time matches.
Here's where he'll come out. Sorry, Mitch. He'll come out to the center of the table.
Moving around the table now, Mika Immonen, originally from Finland, now living in New York City.
And the bridge.
He asked Cecil Messer, the referee, for the bridge. And Mika, really one of those players, Alan, who has stepped up his game tremendously in the last couple years, always on the verge. And then winning the 2000 Sudden Death 7-ball tournament really kicked him up a notch.
And that's a nice shot he just played. With the bridge, he drew the cue ball back over to 1 rail and back out toward the center of the table for the 5-ball. And he has a nice shot on the 5. He has an angle, so he can come off the rail with the 6-ball.
And this is what you want. You said it was a big break for Mika, and it certainly is on Earl's break to get to the table, have a chance to get on the board, and stay at the table early. Get a feel for the cloth.
7 inside.
He called the 7 match.
Yep, called it. We will hope that both players call that 7, as that is part of the rules. Mika Immonen up 1-0 on Earl Strickland. We didn't need one in rack 1, but Mika Immonen has some definite thoughts about playing safe in this new format.
That's going to be like a last choice thing, because always when you play safe, that means that you're giving your opponent a chance to make an influence, and I don't want that to happen. I just want to shoot the balls, run out, and wait for the next turn on the table.
Very focused Mika Immonen, and that, I believe, Alan, is one of his strengths. He's a very, very focused player.
Yes, and he also is a good run-out player, so these rules would favor Mika. Now he hits a soft break, and he was successful making a ball. But notice the 5-ball coming down, tying up 5 and the 2. Could be a little tricky there. 1 ball can go in the corner. Position on the 2 should be pretty simple, because if he gets it back out toward the center of the table on the other side of the table for the 2-ball. Now he pocketed the 6-ball on the break. Has to make sure he does not touch a ball with his shirt. Notice the draw. He's going to draw it over to the rail and back out. Perfect.
Nice cue ball control there. As we mentioned balls, we want to thank Aramith Super Pro, the official ball set. Sudden Death 7 ball, the original Belgian billiard balls.
And here we go, a mistake to beginning. Now here's the situation. He's going to try to make this ball. Now he would try to make it anyway in the other rules too, but he has to try and make it more so, because if he doesn't, he'll give ball in hand to his opponent. And he's going to go off the rail and come back and try to kick it in. And does he do it? Yes. Excellent shot. And that's the kind of shots we're going to see in these rules, Mitch.
And look at the shape on the 4, Alan.
Perfect. He'll just roll the 4 in now. Just try to get it straight in on the 5 if he can. I don't think he'll hit this too hard. And he wants to be straight in. Now what you'll see is a draw shot. Hitting the cue ball low. He'll bring the cue ball back down table. The 7 ball in the corner.
Good angle on that. And it's right where he wants it. He calls that 7 in the corner. This would be for a 2-0 lead early in set 1 over Earl Strickland. And there it is. Mika Immonen taking care of business. Earl Strickland seated for the moment. We will have the break when we come back. Another look at this great shot by Mika Immonen that kept that rack going. A lot of great shots to come here in Baltimore. Back after this. Earl Strickland at the table.
And Mitch, he must be careful. He doesn't scratch. Protect the cue ball. And he has protected the cue ball, but unfortunately, he did not make a ball on the break. But he did get a break because even though he did not pocket a ball, the 1 ball and the 7 ball are tied up right here. He's going to try to make the 7 in the corner if he can. There's the cue ball. I think you're going to see an offensive shot here. He's going to go for it. There's the 4 ball and the 6 ball.
7 in the corner.
He's playing the 7 ball. This could be a fast rack. I can't tell if it's on from here, Mitch.
Well, he's calling the 7 and the safety, so
yes,
this is kind of protection both ways.
Right. He calls safety now. As long as he calls the 7, if he makes a 7, he'll still win. If he misses, the cue ball will not be ball in hand. It'll be wherever it stays, wherever it lands. So he's made a good shot. Notice the cue ball down table. Now he's left Earl a 1-7 combination, and he seems frustrated. Here's the 1-7 combination, 7 ball in the corner pocket, and I believe Earl's going to call the 7 ball.
He just called it. This is a tough shot, Alan.
Yes, it's very tough. It's a 9-foot shot. He's got to hit the 1 thin into the 7 at the perfect angle, and then watch the cue ball and make sure it doesn't scratch.
Big shot for Earl, down 2-0.
Called the safety too, just in case he misses it. And he makes it. Great shot by Earl Strickland.
Wow. Good shot there by Earl Strickland. Gets him back to 1-2 against Mika Immonen.
And what a shot. Makes a 9-foot shot, Mitch. What a shot this is. The 1 ball into the 7 ball at the perfect angle. He hits the 1. It hits the 7 ball, and the 7 goes in the corner pocket. Great execution shot by Earl Strickland. Protects the cue ball. Well done.
And you really saw him stay down on that shot, too, which helps. Earl's been in his share of big matches. I wondered what moving on in sudden death 7 ball would mean to him.
Well, it would mean a lot to me because I really want the TV exposure. I don't get on TV anymore. I win the tournaments that aren't televised, and the tournaments that are televised, I do terrible in. So you literally don't see me on TV anymore, and I think that's a shame, really. I was a household name at one time, and I'm one of the true characters in the game, I think. Fast player, you know, kind of like Luke Salvas, but I'm here for the TV.
Pretty honest assessment there by Earl Strickland, telling you where he is at. Mika Immonen at the table now, still up 2-1 in this first set, Alan.
And Mika, soft break, fails to pocket the ball on the break, and looks like he may have left a combination. And here it is, the 1-7.
Play the 7 ball on the side.
He's going to play the 7 ball on the side, so we may have a fast rack here, Mitch.
Wow.
He played a safety too, so if he misses it, be okay. It looks like it's on though. And yes, it is.
That's dead center right there. So how'd you like to be Earl there? You're down 2-0, and then back-to-back combinations on the 7. Very, very quick to get him back to even. 2 racks apiece. And Earl's got to be feeling pretty good. He's got the break.
This is a nice kiss shot. Just hitting the 1 very thin, pocketing the 7 ball in the side pocket. Another angle, hit the 1 very thin. 7 ball comes right toward the side pocket.
And as I said, Earl Strickland liking that action a lot.
Score is tied at 2 apiece.
As he gets ready to break.
Here. He's changing shafts, Mitch.
Look at that Sardo tight rack. And a good look at Carmine Sardo, one of the great supporters of the game. And the rack of 7 balls. That
7
to be
balls
broken by Earl.
7 balls, excuse me, Mitch. 7 balls in the middle of the balls. All the balls are around the 7 ball, if you can see it on your screen. And now Earl will break from the side. You know, I like the middle of the table break on this rack because the bottom ball comes straight back up and hits the 7 ball. Let's see what it does from the side here. Earl's going to break from the side. Got to watch the cue ball, protect the cue ball. He does. And he failed to pocket a ball. It almost looks like he's not trying to hit him so hard.
He's been having trouble. The break has been a big part of this story so far for Earl Strickland. And I personally think that he's got to feel good about being even at 2-2 at this point.
Yes, and here's the cue ball. It's tied up. Notice the 1 ball. No shot on the 1. Could play a safety here.
Taking a good look.
And here's the safety. Bring the 1 ball down table, bring the cue ball over, or try banking the 1 ball cross side.
Timeout.
Now he's taking a timeout. So it was not the 1 ball was tied up, it was the 4 ball that was tied up. This is a tough rack.
Players get 1 timeout per rack. Mika taking his there.
Safety.
Safety.
Going to bring the cue ball down table. Watch out he doesn't hit the 3 ball. Oop.
Whoa.
Okay, he got away with it.
Safety complete.
And that's a good safety.
I don't know if Earl can get a good look at that 1.
Well, even if he can see it, Mitch, he really doesn't have a run out here because the 4 ball's tied up. Now, he could possibly, if he makes it, get on the 2 and come over and break up in the 4. So let's see what Earl decides to do. He's going to probably play the 1 in the corner or bank it. He has 2 choices here. Now, he might just play it safe, hit it thin and go down table and back up by the 2 and 6. So here's the safety. Bring the 1 to the rail, 2 rails back down there and bringing the cue ball back down table. And I think that's what he's going to do.
I'm going to play safe.
There it is.
Safety.
You get a look at that shot clock we talk about. They have 30 seconds to shoot with 1 timeout per rack.
Speed is very important here, Mitch. He's got to make sure the 1 ball doesn't come over by the corner pocket, and that's exactly what happened. It's going to lay right by the pocket. So that's a tough break for Earl. Hit a little too hard.
And he is upset. You saw him grab that chalk off the table.
Yeah, I thought for sure he might shoot there. As offensive as Earl is, I figured he might just get up and shoot. So now he's going to play rail first here, Mika, and bring the cue ball towards the center of the table. Has to be careful. He does not get behind the ball that's in the center of the table. And I'm pretty sure he won't do that. Here it comes, 1-2, and back out. And watch out now. Watch out. Okay, perfect.
Now in this new format, Alan, we want to mention here both players have used the only safety they have in this rack. So you will see nothing but shooting from now on.
Right, he will be very offensive and try to run out. And get over there. There it is. He's got the 3 ball.
Nicely played. As he looks over this table, we want to thank Olhausen, the official table of Sudden Death 7 ball featuring AccuFast cushions.
Well, that was interesting. He has the 4 ball down table in the other corner, so he can make the 4 ball down table. So he'll play the 4 ball all the way up the table in the right-hand corner, hitting with a little high English, moving the 7 out of the way.
Oof.
Perfect.
For a second, that looked like it might just jar there.
It was close, but actually now he's got a nice layout after making the 4 ball in the corner. There's a nice opportunity here to take the lead by 1 game.
As we mentioned earlier, Mika, the 2001 WPA World 9-ball champion and the 2000 Sudden Death 7-ball champion. So he knows exactly what it means
7 ball in the side pocket.
to move on and to win this event. Very, very big part of his progression was winning Sudden Death 7 ball, and that's a good sign for him. He takes the lead 3-2 against Earl Strickland here in Baltimore. We hope you're enjoying yourself. A lot of fun here at the ESPN Zone. Welcome back. You'll see Mika Immonen now leads 4-3 over Earl Strickland. We're going to show you a bit of what happened in rack 7 While we were tied at 3 games apiece, Earl Strickland makes the 4 and also scratches, giving ball in hand to Mika Immonen, who makes the 7 and takes a 4-3 lead.
Mr. Immonen 4, Mr. Strickland 3.
So we're moving ahead to rack number 8, where Mika will have the break. And rack number 6, as we look at Stefano Palinga, great Italian trick shot champion. In rack number 6, Mika didn't make anything on the break, and Earl wound up running the rest of that rack to get it to 3-3. We just saw what happened in rack number 7. And Mike Clark, the senior vice president of Olhausen Billiards, looks on. A lot of interested people here in Baltimore at the ESPN zone. And here is rack number 8, Mika Immonen leading 4-3. Wow, big break, Alan. Look at that.
Looks like he pocketed the 4 and the 5. Wow, nice break by Mika. And he has, looks like he has a nice shot on the 1 ball.
Beautiful shot on the 1. He also made the 6, so 3 balls on that break. Good time for it, too. Leading 4-3 and with the break.
Nice drawback shot for the 2 in the side. Now keep an eye on the cue ball here. He'll travel the cue ball 3 rails toward the center of the table again. A little bit of right-hand spin on the cue ball to get above the 7 ball. It's a nice shot.
It's exactly what you want, boy, in 7 ball or in any invitation
Yeah,
game.
right, Mitch.
Make a few balls on the break. Leave just a few on the table. A nice open
7
pattern.
ball in the
Well,
corner.
Mika's actually playing well. He hasn't been making any errors. Unfortunately, he didn't make a couple balls on the break 1 or 2 times, but other than that, he's been running out.
Nice stroke there. So him stay down. Very confident looking Mika Immonen right now. 5-3 over Earl Strickland. Let's take a look at that break, Alan.
Hits the 1 nice and solid. Protects the cue ball. 2 balls. There goes the 6 in the side. There goes the 4 ball. He's already made the 5, so he's pocketed 3 balls on the break. Now here comes the 1 ball for a shot. Isn't that nice? There it goes right in the corner pocket. 4 ball. Here comes the other ball. That was the 4 ball. Actually, the 4 and the 5 in the same corner. And that set up a run out for Mika Immonen.
Saw that 1 rolling over. There's Earl changing cues, Alan. What's that about?
Well, sometimes you don't like the shaft you're playing with. Maybe the tip's too high or might be too fat. Shaft may be too fat or too thin.
Score,
And he's breaking
Mr.
with this
Immonen,
too, so he's changing
5,
his brake
Mr.
shaft
Strickland,
actually.
3.
Shaft to be a little heavier than the other shaft that he had. You know, depends how he feels the table's breaking also.
And he's had a couple racks where he didn't make anything on the break, so pretty big. And at 5-3, he's got to make something happen in rack number 9 here.
Well, let's see if it helps his break. Oh, a scratch. That's a bad break. That's a tough break. It's the 2nd time he scratched in this set.
Started off the match by scratching.
And here's the 1 ball, and here's the 2, and the only problem ball could be that ball along the rail. Looks like the 5 ball, and there it is. So the 4 and the 5 are laying kind of tough. Let's see if Mika can play position to get on these 2 balls. He has the 1 ball. Position for the 2 is not that hard. It's the 4 and the 5 that lay tough.
He's looking all around that table. There's the 1. Interesting to watch how different players play different patterns, Alan.
Now here's the 2 ball straight in. He'll draw the cue ball back to where I circled the telestrator for position. And his tough shot's going to be from the 4 to the 5. It looks like it's pretty easy. Got pretty nice on the 2 ball here. He'll draw it back around 2 to 3 feet. And here comes the cue ball. Now what he wants to do is go back and forth and try to get almost straight in on the 5 ball. Here he comes. Just has to be careful. He's going to go back and forth, or he could go back to the other side of the side pocket. I don't believe he'll scratch here because I don't think he'll. Well, wait a second now. There it is. He does scratch. He was trying to go back on the other side, and he's mad about that. That's an unforced error. I wouldn't believe that Mika would do that.
I don't think he believes it either. Look how quickly this ball gets to the pocket. His hand is there in a flash.
Well, that's because he was playing position for the other side where Earl is now. He was trying to bring the cue ball over there, so that's a big break for Earl Strickland.
Boy, that is huge. If he had won that rack, Mika would have been up 6-3 and on the hill in the first set. Instead, Earl Strickland now with a chance to get it back to 4-5.
7 ball in the corner.
Oh boy, I was just going to say, did he call the 7, Mitch?
He stopped. He just started that stroke and then stopped.
There
And
it
lucky
is.
for him that he did.
That would have been huge.
Earl Strickland.
I just remembered it right on my back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's exactly what happened.
Pretty good.
Watching these two great
thinking
players,
about
7
something
ball can
else.
look pretty easy. But what do you do if you find yourself with a tough situation? It's time for our tip of the day featuring Aramith Super Pro, the original Belgian billiard balls.
In a game of 7 ball, the cue ball could get in a particular situation where you don't have a shot on the 5 ball. As in this situation here, the 6 ball is in the way of the cue ball, and the 7 ball is in the way of the cue ball going to the side rail. So the only shot I have is going 2 rails and trying to make the 5 ball in the side pocket, and hitting it easy enough so I have position on the 6 ball next. What I'm going to do is hit the cue ball down toward the first diamond with right-hand English on the cue ball, a little bit of right center, and not too hard. Just hard enough to make the 5 in the side pocket and have perfect position on the 6 ball in the corner.
Welcome back, everybody. Mika Immonen on the left, Earl Strickland on the right, getting ready to start rack 11. Here's a quick recap of what happened in rack 10. Mika Immonen with a really nice bank shot on the 2. And here's the 7. Mika Immonen took that rack. He leads 6-4. As we look at the M3000 Sardo tight rack, Carmine Sardo moving that cue ball away. We've got a perfect rack of 7 balls. Thank you, Carmine. Great work, as always. Earl will break in rack number 11. Down 4-6 in this first set. One of these two players will move into the finals of Sudden Death 7 ball, where Francisco Bustamante awaits.
And Mitch, Earl's already scratched twice on his break. So it'll be interesting to see if he lets up on the break a little bit here. Or if he just go ahead and hits him as hard as he can.
A little concerned. You can see him getting ready there. Just focusing on that break. Needs this to stay alive in this set. It's a race to 7. There'll be another set to follow. Let's see what he does here.
Oh boy, and there's
Again.
another scratch. And that's huge.
Wow.
You just can't keep doing that, Mitch. You're going to get you just have no chance of winning if you're going to keep scratching on the break.
Well, it's the 3rd time, as you said, he's done it on the break. He scratched 4 times altogether in this particular set.
And here he just draws the ball right into the side pocket. It didn't even hit another ball. Last time he got kicked in at least. So now Mika will have ball in hand with the 1 ball and the 2 ball right there. Wide open table. Beautiful layout to win the first set. And look out. Boy, he rolled that up pretty close. Took a little bit of a chance there. He's okay, though. He has an angle on the 2 ball, and he'll draw the cue ball back towards the center of the table. Wants to be off the rail with the cue ball if he can get it off the rail. There it is.
Got the 3 into that corner and the 4 down at that end of the table, Alan.
Yes, the 4 ball's the pink ball. Just roll this in. Be careful. Nice and easy. Oh.
Whoa.
And he missed it. Just a miss. So
Very, very uncharacteristic right there.
Without a doubt, Mitch. Now, that's a big break for Earl Strickland.
Now, we talked about Mika Immonen being very focused. Did he take this a little too confidently, maybe?
Yes. I mean, the pockets are loose, but they're not that loose. He just hits it right into the rail. And I'd say he got down and just 1 or 2 stroked and hit it and didn't figure to miss it. So,
wow.
Big break for Earl Strickland.
Well, huge. He made the 3. There goes the 4. And I bet you he thought he was out of this set. But not quite yet.
No, he's right back in the match now. 6-5, I believe, if he wins this game.
That's right. Now, Mika will have the break in rack number 12. But as we've seen, anything can happen with the break. Earl will tell you that.
For sure.
And as referee Cecil Messer looks on, there it is. Earl Strickland taking advantage of that mistake by Mika Immonen to get it to 6-5. Wow. Just a big, big break there for Earl.
Bad break for Mika. Actually, well, it wasn't a break. It's just a mistake. Mika missed the ball right in the corner pocket. But we'll see if that bothers him, Mitch, because sometimes it can upset you where you think you're going to start missing balls, you know. But I don't think so. You know, Mika's a champion, and he knows that anything can happen. One shot. He just missed his shot. I predict he's going to hit the balls nice, and he's going to hit them hard, it looks like. He's not going to do his soft break.
He's getting ready to break.
There it is, the hard break. I like that break. Wow, 3 balls on the break. Mika makes the 1, the 4, and the 5 ball. And here's the 3 ball, and here's the cue ball, and the 2 ball. Now, I don't know if he can make the 2 ball or not. It doesn't look like he can, but it's also hard to tell. It's easier to tell down there. If he's going to shoot it, he probably has a chance to make it.
Now remember, he's also got a safety he can use in this rack.
Did he call safety?
Safety.
Did he hear you, Mitch?
I didn't think he could.
He might have heard you.
I didn't think he could.
Well, here he goes. He's going to try to make this. Now, if he overcuts it, he'll probably leave the guy safe, so he's going to shoot it anyway, even if he can't make it. Now, let's see what happens. And, wow, it hung in the pocket. And isn't that unusual? Now, this is the second ball he's missed in a row.
Let's take another look. He doesn't miss this by much, but it's certainly enough. And right in the pocket, and look at where Earl winds up.
He just overcut the ball, so now it's a big break for Earl, but wow. Now, there's something unusual. He messed up already. He has bad position on the 3 ball.
Strange happenings at the end of this first set.
And he knows he's got to play the 3 in there. Try to go 1-2 over there for the 6 ball, and that's not going to be as easy as I just drew it.
It is easy with the telestrator, isn't it?
He may even bank this. It's hard to tell what he feels like doing. He better make sure he gets out, though, because it's a big game here.
Safe, too.
He calls the safe.
Playing a safety. That's just in case he misses it. Try to leave the cue ball in a position where he won't leave a shot for Mika.
Now, he also calls timeout. He gets 1 of those per rack, so that's his. 30-second shot clock on the players, and here goes Earl. Goes to cut it in.
Wow, and he missed it.
And no, where is the cue ball going to wind up? This is big, big right back in favor of Mika Immonen.
Whoever figured that he'd make 1 ball and get bad position on the 3. Well, Mika's got to be thrilled to death to be back at the table and have a chance to win the first set. Now he's looking at whether to play this rail first. What he's going to do, just try to go rail first, hit the 3 thin, and come over to the other rail. It's a speed shot. I don't believe you'll see him hit this too hard. There it is. He actually hit the 3 ball on the rail at the same time to make sure he got over there.
Nice shot there by Mika. As he looks down table, you'll see that Viking sign against the blue backdrop. We want to thank Viking, the official cue of sudden death 7 ball. Take your best shot with Viking. And Mika Immonen with a huge break right there in rack number 12. And he does take the first set, 7-5. The loser breaks in set number 2. That'll be Earl Strickland when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. You're getting a good look at a beautiful Viking cue being held by Barry Hart, Vice President. That cue will go to the winner of Sudden Death 7 ball, along with the title and a very large check for $25,000. Both these players trying to get into that final matchup against Francisco Bustamante.
And here's the break that I like from the center of the table. Earl has pocketed the 6 ball on the break. And here he has a shot on the 1-2 combination. The cue ball's against the rail, so this won't be no hanger. Now Earl broke the first game of the second set because he lost the first set. In this format, loser of the first set breaks the second set first, and he's made the combination, and that's a very nice shot by Earl Strickland, especially after just losing the last set, coming with a shot like that. And Earl's got a lot of heart. I don't think it's going to bother him about the first set and a few mistakes he made.
A lot of pace on that ball, and he said, there we go.
No, he's okay.
He liked that shot.
He's okay. I think he'll be fine. Little inside English here, come down table for the 4 ball, and Earl needs to get a little confidence back and get a run out under his belt.
Well, he normally plays very quickly, Alan. You know that. When he's playing confidently, he just sees every shot and executes.
Yes.
And one of the best in the world over the course of his career, 5-time Player of the Year, 6-time World 9-ball champion, 5-time U.S. Open champion. I mean, he's done it all.
He sure has.
He's calling that one, you see. Very, very solid rack put together. Break and run out by Earl Strickland in rack 1 of set number 2.
Somebody might accuse me of not calling it in the audience.
And Earl, he'll just start talking.
Well, You say he's won it all, Mitch. The only one event I can think of that he really hasn't won is the Challenge of Champions, the $50,000 winner take all. And I'm sure he's got that in his sights.
Well, that's why he would love. He said it. He would love to get to the finals, love to keep going. But so would Mika Immonen, and Mika knows what it means to win this event. He did it in 2000, then went on to win the 2001 WPA World 9-Ball Championship. And he said this event is what got him mentally ready to win major tournaments.
And Mika, I like the break that Mika does from the center of the table, hitting the balls very solid. Cue ball stop toward the center. Nice shot on the 1 ball. He has a couple different ways he could play this. He could play the 1 and come right here for the 2 ball, or he could play the 1 ball and come down table where he's looking right now. And we'll have to come back. There's the balls. Mika makes the 6 and the 3 on the table, and he can come back right where his cue stick is right there, looking at the 2 ball. So 2 different ways of playing it.
Now he called safe just to protect himself.
Just in case he misses the ball, but he made the ball. And here comes the cue ball. Perfect nice for the 2 ball in the corner. That was beautifully done.
Originally from Helsinki in Finland, now living in New York City.
He's been playing well lately.
He sure has. The last couple of years, we talked about it a little bit, he's really ratcheted his game up, and he's gotten very mentally tough, Alan. He told me at one point during the week, he said, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy Mika Immonen. And he likes his attitude right now. He likes his, I'm going to go to the table and beat you attitude. I think for a long time, he knew he was a good player, but he didn't really have that instinct that I'm going to finish this.
Well, he sure has it now, Mitch. Come a little bit on the 50-yard line, but he'll call it. We'll know which pocket he's going to play it in. Playing it in the corner pocket.
This would be for a 1-1 second set.
And there it is.
Beautifully done. We look at the appreciative crowd. Mika Immonen ties the score in the second set. And as we get ready, let's take a look at Mike Clark, Senior Vice President of Olhausen Billiards. Great supporter of this event. And here is Earl Strickland again at the table to break in rack 3. Let's see what he does here, Alan.
Oh, he keeps hitting the 1 ball off center.
Wow.
He's not breaking well at all. And here something, I don't know why he's so upset, because the first break he made, he broke and ran out, and now it seems like Mika came right back and it's bothering him. So now Mika comes to the table. Earl made 2 balls on the break and scratches. So Mika will come to the table with ball in hand on the 1, the 2 balls hanging right by the side pocket, and the 3's by the other side. So this is a great opportunity for Mika to take a lead.
It's unbelievable to me, Alan, that that's the 4th time Earl has scratched on the break. It's just so unusual to see it. I could see once, maybe twice balls getting kicked in, but those look like just unforced error. That ball just went flying off the table.
You're right, Mitch. It looks like he's just trying to overpower the balls, and you don't really have to in 7 ball. I mean, 7 ball, just hit the 1 ball solid, protect the cue ball. The balls are going to move around. The rack is designed, they're racked a certain way where all the balls are going to fly around the table.
Wow, just big. Let's see, Mika Immonen just trying to take advantage now. Anytime you can get to the table when the other player has the break, it's a gift.
Mika got a little funny on the 5 ball. So we'll see where he's going to play this. He's going to play it in the side. He's going to come up for the 7 ball, probably in the side pocket. And you better get going. I'll tell you, he's not making it too easy, Mitch.
Nope. He called it in the side again.
He should be okay here, though. And he makes it.
He is. Strokes right through it. It's what he had to do. Mika Immonen over Earl Strickland, 2-1 in set number 1. Mika's up a set already. So much to do here at the ESPN Zone in Baltimore. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Baltimore. Mika Immonen leading 4 games to 2. I'm going to show you some quick highlights of racks 4 and 5. Here in rack 4, Mika Immonen at the table.
Banking the 3 ball, and it hangs in the pocket. Earl takes advantage of that game.
Got it back to 2 apiece.
And Earl scratched on that shot, and Mika took advantage of that game.
Got it 3-2 Mika. Rack number 6, Mika broke and ran out. And here we are, rack number 7, Mika Immonen up 4-2. Earl Strickland with the break and scratching, such a big part of this match so far for Earl Strickland. We'll see what he does here. He needs to make a ball and finish the rack.
Finally, protected the cue ball. Notice the position. He's got a nice shot on the 1 ball. He pocketed the 7 ball on the break also, so the 7 ball will come back up. The 4 ball stays down. And there's the 1 ball and the cue ball. And there's the 2 ball right by the corner. So nice shot on the 1 to start his rack out. Just make the 1 and come up toward the center of the table. That's all.
Cecil Messer really had to get out of there. It looked like Earl was just going to take off.
He was going to hit it high with a little bit of left-hand English, not much. Just come out toward the center of the table again.
Now again, look at here. You can see Earl playing a little bit more quickly. And he looks pretty focused in this rack, Alan.
Right. He is focused. He knows that this rack is very important. 5 ball down table, stop right there with the cue ball, maybe come back a little bit with draw for a couple inches. Perfect. Now he has to just roll the 6 ball in the side pocket. And okay, he didn't come far enough, but
I watched the ball go that way.
he's okay though. He'll say something, then he'll get down and shoot the 7 in the corner pocket like a
He
hanger.
calls it. He pointed. Just like that.
Oh well.
Now see, that's what we mean. You watch Earl with a rack like that, Alan, and you go, where has that been? It shows up for this rack, and that's all he can do right now. He gets it back to 3-4. Mika Immonen has the break in rack number 8. And as I said, Mika's already up a set, having won the first set 7-5. And he will look to move on. One of these 2 players will meet Francisco Bustamante in the finals. Francisco Bustamante disposing of Canadian Luke Salvas earlier. And there's Mika Immonen at the table, Alan.
He's been very consistent at breaking and making the ball and getting out. He's going to be awfully tough to beat, Mitch. I like the way he's breaking.
Started off breaking very softly, Alan, and he's gone to a bigger break, and it's paying off.
Wow. He makes 2 balls on the break. Makes the 4 ball and the 6 ball, and has a great shot on the 1 ball. Here it is. 4 ball dead in the corner. 6 ball goes around back in the corner too. Both balls in the same pocket. Cue ball down table. As you can see, here's the 1 ball. He'll play it in the corner. Here's the cue ball, and here's the 2 ball. Looks like he has a combination on the 5 in the side pocket, or he could come down table right circle for the 2 ball in the other pocket.
Did you call time?
And okay, if he calls a timeout, he's allowed an extra 30 seconds. He can do that once a rack. He'll take his time. This is very important, Mitch.
In this format, you want to make sure of every shot if you can. So he's using it there because he knows, woo, this is a key shot. Just avoids the scratch on the side. And Earl knows it was a really good shot.
Well, he didn't get where he wanted to, but he still has a shot. And here's the 2 ball. He's going to play it in the corner. And he has to watch out for the 5 and 3 that the 5 doesn't get in the way, because he's going to be hitting the 5 ball, it looks like, when he makes the 2 ball. Let's see what happens, if it gets in the way or not. Okay, he hit it easy, so he's okay. So he has a shot on the 3 ball, so he'll be okay. That was a very delicate shot.
Sure
that was a
was.
nice shot by Mika Immonen.
Well, delicate to make the ball and also not to have the 5 roll down there.
Exactly.
Block that
Mitch.
path.
You know, the amateur would have hit that harder probably and got behind the 5 ball. You know, that's the difference between the pros and the amateurs. They know where the balls are going.
As opposed to
Amateurs
hoping
hope
the
the ball
ball's
doesn't get in the
going.
way.
Good shot there.
And
again,
50-yard line.
he's had a few of them. He's shaking his head. This would be for a 5-3 lead in the second set.
Here it is.
You see it from the pocket cam angle. Mika Immonen. It wasn't easy, but he did what he needed to do to get to 5-3. He's now 2 racks away from moving on into the finals. Earl Strickland will have the break in rack number 9. We've talked about the importance of the break. Mika Immonen, very powerful. 2 balls on that break. And that set up this 7-ball. Back to Baltimore for some sudden death 7-ball after this. It's time for our Viking Q's super shot of the match. Earl Strickland at the table. Set number 1, rack number 3, and Allen, a beautiful combo.
What a super shot. Hitting the 1 into the 7 at the perfect angle to win the game and make the 7-ball.
Beautiful shot by Earl Strickland. That was a while ago in the match. Since then, he's made a few mistakes here and there, and Mika Immonen has capitalized. Mika with the first set and ahead in the second set, 5-3. This is Earl's break, rack number 9. And he needs to break and make every ball stay at the table until he runs out, Allen.
Well, at least he didn't scratch, and he did pocket a ball. It was the 3-ball. And now he needs to have a shot on the 1. It looks like he doesn't. It looks like the cue ball is here, the 1 ball is here, and here is the 7-ball. So he does, and there's the 2-ball. So if he could make the 1 ball, he has an easy out, actually. But he's going to push out, and I don't like this push out. He's just testing Mika to shoot this ball in. Well, Mika's just going to take the cue ball and shoot the 1 in and just roll the cue ball off the rail and come out a little bit for the 2-ball. I'm surprised Earl pushed it. Earl should have pushed to the bottom, to the other side of the rail, the other side of the table for a bank shot.
And Mika has been shooting really well, too.
That's like a hanger for Mika. I'm surprised Earl pushed out there. It's like he's daring him to shoot it. You know, and nice to have those young eyes, those young nerves. Just get down there and shoot the ball right in.
Well, Mika works as hard at his game as anybody you will find. Not just the physical part, working out heavily, eats well, does a lot of mental work on his game, Allen. So he's prepared when those shots come up.
Working out helps tone your muscles up. And preparing yourself, practicing playing pool, and pretending you're like in the final match every game is very important, because when you do get there, then you're ready. So Mika now has a nice opportunity to go ahead 6-3 in the second set. And Mitch, if I have to make a prediction, I'll just predict that Mr. Mika Immonen here.
Very bold.
I hate to do this to you, you know.
Very bold.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
I'm waiting for you to really call a tough one.
Well, this is no hanger now. He's got the side pocket right there. He has to be careful. Let's be careful of the side pocket. And you caught the point.
Is
nicely done.
And as we look from above, that beautiful cloth, we want to thank Simona's Billiard Cloth and Silver Cup Chalk, 2 of our great official sponsors of Sudden Death 7-ball. There you see Mika Immonen taking care of business, 1 rack away from moving into the finals. And he is exactly where he wants to be. He's got the break in rack number 10. The perfect situation if you're Mika Immonen. If you're Earl Strickland, you're just kind of sitting in your chair hoping to get back to the table.
It's in the driver's seat. And here's the push out, which I did not like at all. Just pushes a couple inches, and I believe this is what cost him the game right here, because Mika just shoots it in, just like Earl was going to do, and run out. So I think Earl has to think about where he pushes out.
Well, we don't know how many chances he'll have to do that now with Mika at the table breaking.
You're exactly right, Mitch. It could be all over with Mika breaking. The way he's been breaking and how consistent he's been at getting out, Earl's in big trouble.
He has been breaking beautifully. We touched on the fact that early in the match he was breaking softly, and he didn't make any balls in rack 4 and 6 of the first set, Allen, breaking softly. He went to the harder break, and ever since then he has just been staying at the table after he breaks the balls.
Oh, I love
Big
this
change.
break. I love the way he's breaking them now, Mitch. I mean, look how solid he's sitting. The 1 ball's in the middle of the table, nothing's touching it. He made a ball on the break. He pocketed the 6 ball, and now he's looking for his shot on the 1 ball, and he has it. And here's the 1 ball right here. And there's the 2 ball, and here's the cue ball. So he's going to play the 1 ball and draw the cue ball off the rail back into the 3 or the 7, or just come over there somewhere close to the 2 just to have a shot on the 2. But one thing he wants to make sure he does not scratch.
Safe.
So he calls a safe. He has one of those per rack and a timeout. See, this is what I like about Mika, Allen. He's very aware of all of his options when he's at the table. He's taking care of business, and he's had an interesting little run with Earl lately. He's had, I won't say an easy time in this match, but a fairly easy time. But had a great match against Earl in the Central Florida Open, which Mika won 13-12 over Earl.
That was a great
tough
shot
match.
right there.
Continue shooting.
Beautiful shot there. So Mika's got a little bit of a roll going against Earl.
Exactly, Mitch, and that's what it's all about. I can see a little hesitation in Earl playing Mika, too. He seems a little hesitant of Mika, like he's almost worried about him beating him.
Well, it's funny. Given Earl's background, his career, all the titles he has, you got to stay on top of your game. Up-and-coming players all the time. And Mika Immonen is not up-and-coming anymore, Alan. Mika Immonen is here, and he is solidly here.
Yes, he is, Mitch. Good point. And I'm going to go out on a limb right here, Mitch, just for the records, and make a prediction
Again,
that Mika wins this set.
Beautiful
right
call. This would be his second sudden death 7-ball final in 3 years. He won it in 2000. The pocket cam shows you.
7 ball in the corner.
Calls that 7 in the corner, and this is for the match and a 2-set victory over Earl Strickland. And no problem. And Mika Immonen taking care of business here in Baltimore. As we said, taking advantage of Earl Strickland's mistakes. And that will take him into that final as we look at our Aramuth Road to the Finals against Francisco Bustamante. And you see it, $25,000 will go to one of those two great players. We know